G'day everyone, it's Luke here. I've been really busy and I needed to do an explanation video as to where I've been. Um, I've had a few sort of family health issues pop up. We've had two family members in hospital recently, and I've had to pick up, doing things around here a lot more with helping my mum and dad out and things like that. And going over to help my brother a bit as well. So I just haven't been filming. I know I've been a bit naughty, sorry about that. But I have been working on a few things, and I wanted to just do sort of the quick show off of what I've been doing. Rather than doing sort of a full breakdown video, I'm just going to do just a quick thing. And currently we're still, I always say where, and I don't mean to say where. I suppose I'm talking about the royal we, as in you and I. But I'm working on the, I always have trouble saying Seraphon? Seraphon? Yeah. But I prefer lizard men, but they're really just dinosaurs. Arr, rar, working on this still. These guys are almost done. I've just got to highlight the bronze a bit, as the washers kind of dulled off a bit of the shininess of the bronze, so I'll give them a quick dry brush. And then I'll seal them with a matte sealant, and then we'll do the swamp underneath, all the water effects and stuff like that that's going to go on. I might even do a few lily pads and things, but we've got even the warriors. Get me out of the way. The warriors are looking good. So that's the flag bearer. And again, the reeds are made from deer hair. If you look on the channel, you'll find that little quick video I did about using deer hair as reeds or long grass. And there's the big guy, the sort of captain or commander. Yeah, I just need to put a little bit of the the bronze back in, so I won't be a bit too hard with the verdigris here and there. Yeah, they're in the swamp, so and I've also got the riders as well. And the feathers themselves, I actually copied a Australian bird who actually has feathers that are like that. These are just sort of tabletop ready, not going for anything super duper. One more here, get the sergeant, captain, do his commander. Again, I don't know if they need a hit of bronze or not, but yeah. I could always just, come back and do it or not do it. I don't know. We'll see. Still got time. The other thing was all the Tyranids I did. As I said, there was was it 48 of them, but there's, the 45 that make up the full the Termagant set that I had. Well, I said I needed some kind of leader. Well, I went on eBay and I found one of the Tyranid primes. This was only like $12, and I was just blown away. And I went, I'm having that for the army, so that I can sell that as a functioning army. And as you can see, primed, ready to go. Oh, the prime is primed. And yeah, he's also, well, it. Meat and cheese. We've also got, like, this one's got eyes here, there, and everywhere, and it'll all be done up in a very similar fashion, or very similar, the same as this test mini and all the other ones are done. So that's another to be done straight away after these lizard guys are done. The other thing is, I went to a local miniature shop called Miniature Horde, and they do a lot of 3D printing. They supply exclusively 3D printing bits, so if you don't have a 3D printer, or if you can't buy STLs and things, they do a printing service as well. They're here in Melbourne, Victoria, in Australia, for those of you. And I went in there and I bought a few basing parts, which I sadly have taken out to the van. Again, the weather now is getting a bit cooler, so we'll be able to go back out to the van and start to work out there. It's just that we've had really hot days and it's just been too hot out there without it being sealed and insulated, and having some kind of air conditioning or something is bad. You know, anything over 20 degrees, or not 20, sorry, anything over 25, it's a hot box in there, you know. So I'm trying my best. Some of my paints and other materials have suffered from just being out there, because we had some 40 degrees Celsius days. In Fahrenheit, I think that's like 120 or something. It's really like hot, and some of my paints have suffered, so they probably will need to be replaced when I go to use them. Yeah, some of them, again, some paints I don't even use. I bought them and then use it for a single project and never used again, but sometimes you do that. But the ones that I have and often use, that I will need to replace, gives me an excuse to try different companies, you know. As I am liking, I'm using tooth and coats quite a bit. I would like to try Pro Acryl. What's it name? AK, I've got one of their paints out there to try. The new AK ones, they've changed all their stuff. Vallejo, you know, I've always had Vallejo here and there, but now they've changed all their, I think they've just changed their packaging mainly, but changed all their recipes. The best thing about Vallejo is that if you can't find exactly the color you want, usually the next one over is like just slightly a change. So you're like, oh, I want a little bit more red into it. Usually if you go to the right or the left, you'll find something that's the color adjacent, that's just one separated. But anyway, I went to this, the miniature shop. I get off track there, sorry. The 3D printing shop, Miniature Horde, and I bought some basing materials, which I'll show off when I use them in some kit bashing stuff. They're all 3D printed, like graveyard, gravestones, excuse me, dead bodies or rotting bodies, skulls, candles, those kinds of things that you need for like grimdark stuff, which I tend to do. But they said, you know, I was talking to them and said I like, you know, I'm painting miniatures, making YouTube videos and stuff like that, and of course I joined their Discord some time ago, and I said I'd be meaning to come in, and they were running a painting competition this month, and it's a goose. They had this, I can't remember what the file actually is from, but they get, of course, permission to print these files and then sell them, and the creator of the files made geese, and they said, we're having a competition where everybody gets to paint up a goose. And I went, yeah, definitely. And I originally was going to sort of do some kind of like trench goose or something like that, but I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go old school grimdark and do a Mordheim goose. So we have here is a Mordheim goose. His belt buckle, as you can see, is a trident, because I couldn't find anything that I liked as a belt buckle. If you're wondering what's on my fingers, that is what was it? Cadian ammo. What is it? Something ammo shade. Oh, camo shade. Excuse me. The camo shade. The Cadian camo shade. Whatever. I spilt it and I've showered. For some reason, I've scrubbed. It will not get off my. There we go. It will not get off the tip of my nails. The end of my nails, excuse me, near my nail beds. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm scrubbing it with soap and everything. It is annoying the hell out of me because it looks like I have like moss growing on my fingernails, I should say. But anyway, back to the goose. I almost called him a duck. That would be offensive, wouldn't it? Yeah, the goose here is going to be done up in a Mordheim style. Yeah, the trident was, as I said, a belt buckle with a water theme. I thought definitely. We've got just a piece of aluminium can as the belt. Good old kit bashing, technique that I really enjoy using. You can also use brass sheet if you've got brass sheet, but you're bound to have drinking cans around somewhere. If you don't drink soft drink or sodas, as it's called in the States, you're bound to have somebody who's got a soda can or a soft drink can around, and you wash it, cut the top of it, wash it, or wash it and then cut the top of it. I tend to wash them again just to be on the safe side, and I cut them up. I've used them on my trench crusade terrain. I've used it on another mini that you're going to see in a minute. I've used it for all kinds of things, but for belts, tabards, cloth, amazing. I've always used it, and you can drill holes in it, you can make it look tattered and everything, and it holds its shape. Not as good as, say, using green stuff or modeling, some kind of modeling putty, of course, because you can get far more dynamic shapes. But the rigidity of it helps with painting and lasting. Hell, you could even put it inside something like green stuff to keep a shape. It's a fairly good idea. Now that I've said it, I've never done it, but it's a good idea. Anyway, that's the belt buckle, and the sword, of course. I think it's from just an Empire sort of thing. It's probably come from my videos when I was getting stuff for Bitsmas. I was lucky enough to get sort of a Mordheim mercenary sort of stuff, and I was really happy with that, and I'm sure that's probably come from that. And the hat, of course, is from the Empire longswordsman, or the ones with the Zweihanders, is that how you say it? Zweihanders. And yeah, I had to put that. The hat is just, it just sells the whole thing of this duck being in Mordheim, whether he's on a boat, whether he's on a dock, whatever. And I just drilled holes in it and damaged up the wood and everything. And they even gave me the base. It's been 3D printed as well on not an FDM, a PLA printer rather than FDM printer. And as you can see, it's a nice base. It's got the little slotter for magnets and everything. So if nothing else, please check out Miniature Horde. They were really great people, and join the Discord. I've really enjoyed talking to people over there. They even recommended a new I finally bit the bullet and bought a compressor for my airbrush, because I had one of those little ones you use, which are good for just doing like a quick bit of spray, but not for undercoating a few minis at a time and doing, like, as you can see with this a really smooth zenithal and stuff. It's very hard, but I would say now with makeup sponges you can get a very smooth zenithal by doing that. If you learn to use the technique correctly, you can get a really nice smooth zenithal highlight with that now. But so check those techniques out too, which is something else I've been playing around with while I've been, not filming, sadly, because I'm naughty like that. So yes, that is one thing to do before the end of the month. And today is the 11th or it's the 12th, excuse me. Today's the 12th. Thursday the 12th here, so I've got a bit of time to finish it off. Try to finish off these dinosaurs over today and tomorrow, hopefully. And then work on him today while he's dry with the sealant and stuff. The next thing, I will have to try to put up the video, the images of this while I'm talking. If I can't do it, I'll chuck them at the end, because again, I'm using my phone, which I should say, as I said, I went off and did a computer course, and I'm waiting to get, it's a Chromebook, essentially, and I'm going to use it to edit film and stuff like that, but I've been waiting. I had to wait for the, passing document to come through, the certificate or whatever, and then wait to then receive the laptop, well, Chromebook. So I'm currently waiting for that to come. It's another reason why I haven't been filming. I thought, oh great, I'm going to get it, and then I can be able to edit film and everything properly with an actual editing program, but sadly it's not showing up either. So you've got the phone still. And for the last video I put out, I believe it was, what was it for? Blood Moss. Please go check out Blood Moss. I will paint those minis after these painting challenges, or competitions, whatever. The Blood Moss minis are going to be painted. Please go check out Blood Moss on Instagram. It looks great. The rules aren't finished yet. They're working on them at the moment. But I've been talking, I got a quick chat with both of the creators, or there's a few creators, excuse me, but both of the gentlemen who's, I'm not going to say their names for safety purposes and so on, but the gentleman who makes the terrain, I assume it's a gentleman, but I'll just say person, the person who makes the terrain, and the person who's writing the rules and kit bashing the minis and stuff like that, they're doing amazing work. I threw ideas their way and different things, and they were like, hey, yeah, we're working on this, we're having a lot of fun, and they even have, if you've got Trench Crusade terrain, because the actual Blood Moss stuff is at a larger scale, they're at a 135mm scale plastic soldier kit rather than 28mm. They actually, the terrain builder said, I've got an idea to actually take the terrain that you've already got and made for Trench Crusade and make it usable for the new game, so that you don't have to build completely new terrain. You just have to build these small things to make the terrain usable. And what he suggested was amazing. I'm not going to say it because that is dependent upon him. He came up with the idea. I'm not going to take it from him, okay? So hopefully there'll be an update on their Instagram. Go follow them, because they're really great guys, and if you're in, I think they're in England, I assume. So if you're in England, support them. They're an English, small, independent gaming company making a game that looks really fun, doesn't need many miniatures. It's a bit cheaper than, having to go out buy a GW kit, that's for sure. And the only restriction is that you build to the scale, I think, is the only thing, is the scale, because there's such the idea of the landscape and everything they went with is huge. It's a huge area that almost the entirety of Europe that was just abandoned, You have so much landscape to be able to run around in and just think of anything you can do. And it's post-apocalyptic, but it's come up to the time frame of the 80s, so you could have some technology bleed in. So, you know, you could have people who have willingly gone in there who are punk gangs and who are still like, hey, it's a punk gang wearing sort of, you know, World War One style uniforms, but they've got mohawks and stuff like that, you know. But all the weapons and stuff are usually sort of World War One style, unless there's something else coming along the rules. I don't know. But yeah, that's, again, go check out them. Go check them out. Don't know why I decided to say that like Yoda. Anyway, before I go, this is another mini I've been working on. Now, I put a photo of this. I put a video of this up on Instagram, and I was talking to a few friends on Discord the other night, and then I showed them, and they said, "How long have you been working on this?" And I worked out that it was 10 days from seeing the image, the inspirational images, to finishing it, to now being at the point where it needs to be undercoated. And I wanted to show it before I undercoated it. And I need to take a photo again before I have taken a photo, but I need to take a really whiz-bang photo with a camera before I undercoat it for the competition I'm actually going to enter it in. They requested photos of the primed before painted and so on, so I'm going to do one of it unprimed and then fully painted so that they know I made this thing myself. But this is for the Grimdark Compendium competition that's coming up. It is the Carrion Throne is the theme. So we've got this that I'm calling the Eternal Pontiff. And this was inspired by a piece of artwork that, as I've said, I'm going to put up. I'll probably put up a short of this, all the pieces of artwork and all the building process that is just images. I took the photos, luckily I didn't shoot a video. Other than the spear, I just put the spear together. It was midnight and I thought, oh, I'll go to bed, but I'll set up doing the spear in the morning. And I just put two pieces down and I went, oh, that one fits together, that one pretty well. Oh, look at that. I'll just put that next to it. Oh, I better make sure I glue it just in case I lose it. So I sat down again, glued it. Oh, that could, and then you're there for 3.5 hours. I think it was 3:30 in the morning when I went to bed. It's naughty. I was naughty. I admit it. Yeah. Alright. But anyway, so the spear itself, you know, is wrapped in like a twine, a rope kind of thing, and then a beading that you use for pull down blinds and things like that. But this one actually came from a necklace or something I found, and yeah, they're like prayer beads or a rosary bead I decided to put on it. All the little, hopefully you'll be able to see a lot better than I can see, but all the little crosses are from Green Stuff World. Some of them I've added things to. I've put texture and things on them. The scroll work, sorry, keep focusing on me. The scroll work and the crosses are, again, aluminium can. You can see on the back of this one here at the back, the logo of the company. The spear has a pearl on it that is actually like a nail art pearl. All the little, just when I'm talking about nail art, all the little circles, this crowning and the crown on the skull are nail art stuff that I found at a local shop that just has lots of different things in it. It's like a variety shop that has like a whole bunch of junky stuff, all art stuff, you know, everybody's got these in their towns, you know, but this one is one of the best ones, you know, and I just went, they're perfect. and I had to get them, and they had like stars and crescent moons and things, as you can see. Like bring them back again. The crescent moon here is perfect for the top of the thing there. I'm sorry, someone's just come home. Give me 1 second, I'll be back. This is the perfect time to throw in the inspirational art and all the work in progress images. So they're just about 50 seconds or so worth. Here they are. Sorry about that, I had to quickly go help bring some stuff in. So, in summation, this is going to be for the Brilliant Dark Compendiums competition, as I said, for March 2026. I've actually used one of the 3D printed gravestones from Miniature Horde. I'm terrible today, my memory's just shot to hell. And, you know, we've got a skull and one of the good old GW old skeleton. It's one of the older ones, but it's an older skeleton warrior. And yeah, so he's all done. As I said, the nail art sun here, or moon, it's a moon, is here, and yeah, it's because of the design on it, it looks perfect. And yeah, the whole reliquary is from the Sisters of Battle kit, just the normal Sisters kit. On the back of his head, I've put all the scroll work and pages and things, and again the little pearl nail arts. I thought they looked great. There's just little nail heads, or big nail heads, whatever they are. Whatever. Yeah, so I'm happily going to be painting up him and the goose for the next, the rest of the month, after I've finished these dinos, hopefully for the next day and a bit. So yeah, I'll hopefully see you again soon, and I'll probably do a sort of beauty shot thing for all these dinosaurs to show them off. This guy, because I didn't do a build video, I might do a painting video, I don't know. I'll probably get the goose done first. I haven't named him yet, but I probably will. We'll think of something. We'll think of something. Between me and you, again, sorry, my energy just got shot from having to help. But yeah, well, I keep saying will. It's one of my biggest faults is saying will on these videos, and I think I talk in the royal we, as I said it earlier. It's anyway. I'll keep trucking on. You keep trucking on, and I'll see you soon. Go down and check out the Miniature Horde. They're on Instagram, and they have a website. They have an actual store if you live in Australia. If you live in Victoria as well, you can go visit the store over in Footscray. Very easy to get to. Parking is actually quite easy as long as you're there at a reasonable time of day. I think it might be a clear way at certain times of day, just be careful. Check it out before you go. Like you don't have to paper mark it or anything. It's just that it can be a bit dicey in Footscray sometimes. So check it before you go. Check out Blood Moss, please, and of course, don't think going to do the Grimdark Compendium again. I use a couple of their washes. I'd like to get some more of them, but money being what it is. Still working away, guys. Trying my best. So, anyway, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching again.